All right, this is the review for Unit 3 in Intermediate Algebra. We're going to go over these review questions, which are a lot like the test questions, and then you can take the test. This first one is any number to the 0th power is 1, so it's 13th to the 0th 1, 8 to the 0th is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. Now if it would have been 13 plus 8 to the 0th, then the answer would have been 1. Write the expression with only positive exponents. So when a number's got a negative exponent, that's the same as the reciprocal of that number, so it's 1 over r to the x, or 6, excuse me. Apply the quotient rule, which means subtract, right? And write the result using only positive exponents. So this is x to the negative 13 minus negative 9, which is x to the negative 4th, because minus negative is the same as plus. And so we would write that as 1 over x to the 4th, because they want it to be positive. Combine like terms. Since these are both to the 4th, we'll have q to the 4th. Negative 2 plus 12 is 10, q to the 4th. Okay, 10 plus 4 is 14. Negative 6 plus 1 is negative 5. Negative 5q plus 14. For each given pair of functions, find the requested function. So we want to add f and g of x. So we are going to add 5x minus 3 plus negative 7x plus 9. Combine like terms, we get negative 2x plus 6. All right, number 7. Find g of f of 5. So we're going to g of f of 5. G of f of x. Okay, so f of x is, or f of 5, I guess you would say. So it's 5 squared plus 2, which is 27. 5 squared is 25. 25 and 2 is 27. Now we're going to g that. So 4 times 27 plus 7. Ooh, don't have my calculator here. Man, I wish I would remember to bring my calculator home. Okay, 4 times 27 is 108, and 7 is 115. Okay, find the products, so we multiply these out. 11 times 8 is 88. 11 times 11 is negative 121. 11 times 10 is 110. A times A is A squared. A times nothing, times no A's, and no A's there. Okay. X cubed times x cubed is x to the 6th. X cubed times x squared is x to the 5th. X cubed times nothing is x cubed. I forgot to put in a plus sign here. So my answer is 88a squared, x to the 6th, minus 121a to the x to the 5th, plus 110ax cubed. Next one, square this. So 5a minus 3 times 5a minus 3. This is positive 9. Negative 15a, negative 15a, positive 25a squared, and you get 25a squared minus 30a plus 9. The other way to do this would be to FOIL it, or we could use since this is squared, we could use the squared rule, which says Your answer is the first term squared, the last term squared, and twice the first times the last. Okay, next one. So this to the fourth, well, what we could do is square it twice, I suppose. So the first time we square it, we would get 9x squared plus twice the first times the last is 24x plus the last term squared is 16 times 9x squared plus 24x plus 16. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. 16 times 16 is 256. 16 times 24, and that sure wish I would have brought my calculator. 16 times 24 is 4, carry the 2, 12, 14, 144. 6 times 2, or 1 times 4. Okay, so this is 8. 1 times 2, 384x. And then plus 144x squared. This times this is 384x plus 24 times 24 is 16, carry the 1, 5, 8, 9. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. 576 x squared. 24 times 9. Hold it. 24 times 9 is 216. X to the third. Okay, now we got the last one, 144 x squared, 216 x cubed, and then 81 x to the fourth. So 81x to the fourth, then let's add the rest of these up. Plus 432x cubed plus 288, let's see here. 4, carry the 1, 12, 16, carry the 1, 8. 864x squared plus 8, 16, carry the 1, 768x plus 256. Note to self, make sure you bring a calculator when you want to do this next time. Next one, divide. Okay, so we should follow the rules for long division here. 7m cubed plus 14m squared minus 15m plus 18 divided by 7m squared minus 7m plus 6. Well, in the first place, we've only got an m. Remember, we only consider the the first term to get that. So then we get 7m cubed minus 7m squared plus 6m. Now we're going to subtract that, which changes this to a plus and this to a minus. 21m squared minus 21m plus 18. So plus 3. That makes this 21m squared minus 21m plus 18. Subtract, you get 0, so that's your answer. For each pair of functions, find the quotient f of g of x Give any values of x that are not in the domain of the quotient. So f goes on top, 10x squared plus 3x minus 18 divided by 5x minus 6. So 5x minus 6 does not equal 0. 5x does not equal 6. X does not equal 6/5. Now let's do the long division. 10x squared plus 3x minus 18 divided by 5x minus 6. We get a 2x, and that makes this 10x squared minus 12x. Subtract, changes this to a plus. You get 15x minus 18, so plus 3, 15x minus 18, subtract and you get 0. So our answer, f over g of x equals 2x plus 3, and make sure x does not equal 6/5. Okay, factor out the greatest common factor and simplify the factors if possible. Looks like they both have a 3 minus m, and we're left with 5m plus 4n. Now how do you factor that? 5m parentheses 3 minus m plus 4n parentheses 3 minus m. You can put the 3 minus m out front, and you're left with 5m plus 4n. That's where this part comes from, and this is where this part comes from. Next one, factor by grouping 4m plus 4a minus m squared minus ma. The first thing I do is put these in parentheses, which means you have to change that to a plus. Now, we can factor this first part into 4 parentheses m plus a. Factor the second part into negative m parentheses m plus a. Factor an m plus a out front, and we're left with 4 minus m. So our answer is m plus a, 4 minus m. This one looks like we can factor, let's see, how should we do this? What two numbers multiplied equal negative 12 and are added equal negative 4? Well, 6 times negative 2 is negative 12, but that's not negative 4, that's positive 4. So it's going to be negative 6 times positive 2. So it'll be u minus 6, u plus 2. The only thing is we got to make sure we get a v in here because our last term has a v in it. So if we multiply this out by foiling it, we get first u squared outsides plus 2uv, insides minus 6uv minus 12v squared. So it does factor, and there's our answer. This one looks like it would be a good one to factor by splitting the middle term, factoring by grouping. So 8 times 9 is 72. What two numbers multiplied equal 72, added equal 18? What two numbers multiplied equals 72, added equal 18? 72 is 12 times 6. That'll work. So we split the middle term up into 12y plus 6y, bring down the last term, plus 9, bring down the first term, 8y squared. Okay, so now we're going to factor this. I'm going to factor it backwards, okay, since I'm way over on the left side of the screen. We can group these, take out a 4y out of the first ones, and we're left with 2y plus 3. Take a 3 out of the second ones, and we're left with 2y plus 3. Now we can take a 2y plus 3 out front or in back, depending on how you look at it, and we're left with 4y plus 3. So our factored form is these two, 4y plus 3, 2y plus 3. Solve the equation. In other words, what are the possible choices for x? X equals, okay, so we have x plus 4 equals 0, which means x equals negative 4. So one of the choices is negative 4. X minus 2 equals 0, which means x equals positive 2. So another choice is positive 2. And the last one, x minus 15 equals 0, means x equals positive 15. So our three choices when there are three factors are right there. Find all the solutions by factoring. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is multiply out both sides, and you get 6x squared plus 32 minus 12 is plus 20x. 32 times negative 12, oh man, 64, 4, 8, 384 equals 5x squared plus 30 minus 65 is minus 35x minus 390. Move everything over to the other side, so we're going to subtract 5x squared plus 35x plus 390 to both sides, minus 5x squared plus 35x plus 390. And we're going to get x squared plus 55x plus 6 equals 0. Wow. Did I make a mistake? Six x squared plus, oh, hold it. Outside, this is minus 72. X inside is plus, this should have been plus 32x. This should have been minus 40x. Ha ha ha. Minus 40 plus 35 is plus 5x. There we go. Now we can factor this. What two numbers multiplied equals 6. Added equal 5. X plus 2. X plus 3 equals 0. So x equals negative 2 or negative 3. So it's important that you, oops, that makes it look like an ordered pair, doesn't it? Yeah, it's important that you get those middle terms right. I shouldn't have gone so fast. A room has an area of 150 square feet. One dimension is 5 more than the other. So let's call it the width plus 5. So w squared plus 5w equals 150, or w squared plus 5w minus 150 equals 0. What two numbers multiplied equal 150? Added equal 5. That would be w minus 10, w plus 15 equals 0. So w equals positive 10 or negative 15. Obviously, you can't have a negative 15. So the width is 10, which means the length is 15. I guess that's it. I don't see any more questions.